Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with episode 9 of our Eibar career mode. We did have another recording mishap. My gameplay of the last 3 games that were played ended up getting corrupted. So I need to kind of try to figure out. I think I'm going to start just recording one game at a time instead of recording the entire episode at once to just kind of get away from hopefully having so many videos corrupted and not being able to get out episodes to you guys. But nonetheless, it wasn't really that exciting of an episode. It was a lot of 1-0 games that really weren't that exciting to watch. So it's a good thing that this game obviously got through, because this is a big game against Real Madrid. Obviously, beating them in the first half of the season, definitely wanted to do the double, but knew it was going to be hard coming into the Bernabeu. Whenever I got into this game, I was actually surprised Real Madrid put almost a full strength squad out against me. The first game they didn't play Ronaldo until late in the second half. So to start the game and to see Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo playing at the start of the match was a little intimidating, to be honest. But whenever you have Inui, who's able to just run down the left side of the pitch like it's nobody's business and run straight to the box, Danilo goes ahead and takes him out right at the beginning of the game here at the 3-minute mark, giving us a really good opportunity to go ahead and take another early lead into a game against Real Madrid. So at this point, I'm feeling confident. I have only missed 1 penalty, I think, this year, maybe 2 that have been saved. I think that might actually be right. But nonetheless, to go into another early lead against Real Madrid, I'm really confident at this point. Going up against Barcelona and getting a double against them, and then to come into this game and to tie Barcelona rather, and to do the double hopefully against Real Madrid would be huge for my season. Obviously, still need to work out the kinks against some of the smaller teams that I've been going up against, but I always feel confident coming up against the bigger clubs for some reason. Inui goes on a massive run here. It was an absolutely beautiful run. The body feints, the ball roll, everything that came into fruition to make this goal possible was absolutely insane, especially making it a 45th minute goal as well. Just a really exciting goal to score. Had me pumped. I was just running down the side of the pitch, just kind of trying to honestly run the timeout so that we could go into halftime. But ended up getting my way around some of the defenders and put in a beautiful goal. So going straight into the second half with a 2-0 lead against Real Madrid, feeling extremely confident, because you guys saw what happened the first time we played them. Going 1-0 up, and then that second half, they get a little antsy and start pushing a little bit higher, and it allows me to actually run at them even more and score even more goals. So I was feeling really confident. It's not to say that Real Madrid didn't have chances in this game. They definitely did, but there was a lot of squandered chances like that one. It was just like off by a couple inches and they would have had a goal. Or just like one last-ditch effort tackle that I would get here and there. I definitely could have scored more goals. As you see right here, I genuinely thought that was going to go in. It was kind of a little bit of a risk, just kind of diving in there. I could have definitely hit a player, hit the goalkeeper, ended up getting a yellow card for my striker, but at the end of the day, it was a risk I was willing to take. Another beautiful chance for them, and extremely surprised that Benzema did not put that one away, to be honest. Here in the 77th minute, another beautiful opportunity for us. The Real Madrid defense is extremely fast, and it's honestly kind of hard to break through. That's why I was kind of surprised with the 2 goals that I did score against them, because I really wasn't able to outrun that defense that often. It was a lot of well-worked goals that were scored, other than that Inui run. But usually I can't do that against Real Madrid. They're such a fast defense. They always catch up to your strikers, and they always pull you off the ball. So you always have to make sure that you're playing really passing and not too aggressive, just kind of taking your opportunities whenever you get them and go ahead and smash them into the back of the net. I kept it really close though. 46% possession for me. Always good, trying to get as much possession as possible, especially on Legendary. and definitely against a team like Real Madrid. They're a lot based on counterattack, so you can't really take too much into account whenever you're dealing with possession against them, because they do have the pace to just go ahead and counterattack you. But overall, it was a good game. They had 12 shots, but I managed to keep the majority of them out or off target, so it was a good game for sure. Again, in this episode, just like it was in the first half of the season, after Real Madrid, we do have to play against Real Sociedad. Kind of confident going into this game, but same thing as last time. Whenever I went up against this team, felt confident, then got kind of destroyed. So I was worried coming into this game, and for good reason, because straight into the 26th minute, we concede a goal, and the Canales, the striker that they have at Real Sociedad, is a beast. I mean, he pops up in the best positions all the time. As you guys are going to see in this game, he already has 2 goals in the 36th minute. So, definitely a player that I think a lot of big teams are going to be looking at. So, hopefully if it's not us that gets him, somebody gets him in a different league and he can get out of La Liga, because he honestly stressed me out this game. Between him and Carlos Vela, I could not find any good possession in this game. I mean, even anytime I got the ball, it felt like their entire team just entrapped me. And you guys have seen that in a few episodes. The only teams that I've really been losing to are teams that put too much pressure on me and bring too many players towards me and just kind of engulf me. I don't have the players' passing ability strong enough to actually get out of those situations, and I give up the ball a lot, which is partially on me and partially on the players that I'm using, but no excuses. I should be able to do a little bit better against these type of teams. And this game, like I said, I felt off. Something didn't feel right. Definitely completely different than playing against Real Madrid. Just like I said, how Real Madrid can run at my attacking players with their defense and catch me every time. It felt the same way, and almost the exact opposite way whenever it dealt with my defense against this team. As you see, Carlos Vela just able to completely turn around my defender and walk around him and then shoot the ball literally straight at the keeper and get a goal. I don't understand how this game came into fruition the way it did. Miserable game for me to play. That's why I kind of only put the highlights of basically only goals in here. There's a couple highlights here and there that I try to show you guys how much I just felt like I was trapped and couldn't get the ball out. Honestly, if I would have taken my time and passed the ball around a little bit more, I think I probably could have done better, because at this point in the game, I think it was about 65 to 35 possession, which is horrible, especially on Legendary. You're just asking to concede. So as you guys see here, I did push up a little bit higher on the pitch, trying to just get back a couple goals, and ended up coming and bite me in the butt. So now we're down 4-0 in the 65th minute. Like I said, this is easily the worst game that I've played in this career mode. I mean, they're number 2 in the league for a reason. They're playing much better than Real Madrid are this year. Barcelona's running away with the league a little bit, but Real Sociedad's putting up a good fight for that top 2 placement. And here you see a 5th goal goes in, and at this point, morale is shot. I don't know what I need to do to get a win. So I do kind of make some late substitutions here in the 80th minute. Just to kind of try to get a little something going on. So I bring on Isaiah Brown and Iheanacho, and Vardy, I believe, is the other player that I brought in. Just to kind of interject some sort of energy into the team for the last little bit of the game and just kind of give them some gameplay time. Iheanacho really unlucky not to get that goal, but crossed in beautifully. I did move my striker over to the left mid position to bring in Isaiah Brown and Iheanacho. Beautiful cross from him after this horrible crossbar experience with Iheanacho. Isaiah Brown, he's been getting a little bit better with his headers, which is good to see, because whenever I first picked him up, he was horrible with headers. He couldn't hit a damn thing. So to see him get a header right there, really, really impressive for me. It kind of made me wish I would have played them the entire game. So coming into the next game, we do go up against Valencia, and I do play a lot of those players. I think Isaiah Brown and Iheanacho may both make the team, if I remember correctly. We'll see here in a second, but we do go into a little bit more training right before the game. Kind of a bad decision on my part because we just played 2 games, like almost back to back. So my players are tired. Training went horribly, as you guys are going to see. I do change up Iheanacho's training because I kind of wanted to get away from the attacking position because he's been doing really well with that and focus more on his finishing and make him more of a clinical finisher. But like I said, you're going to see the players that I played in that game, they all got tired. They all did really poor in training. So I do think those 2 things are connected. Not 100% sure, but it is looking that way. As you guys did see, Bergeron is coming in to start at left mid. I was really just like, my entire team was exhausted, so I had to change up just about everything in the squad. Luna comes in to play at left mid. Gonzalez comes in to play in the midfield with Danny Garcia. Vardy is starting back at center attacking mid. Isaiah Brown starting at right wing. And like I said, Iheanacho, I believe, is playing at striker. So kind of a little bit of a quote-unquote throwback team, I guess. You know, none of the, or my throwback second team. A lot of these players started the first half of the season, and you know, obviously bringing in some of the new players, I wasn't able to keep them all in the team. So it was nice to kind of bring them back into the team. I have decided that I'm just going to stick with the formation that I have been this entire season. I may switch it up next season, but I was kind of playing around with them in the past couple episodes, and every time I tried to switch something, it felt like the entire team just didn't know where to be, and I couldn't actually get anything settled formation-wise. So I'm definitely going to have to try out some other stuff maybe in the next season, but for now, I think the 4-5-1 is exactly where I need to be. The first half, a little disappointing, not much going on, just a bunch of back and forth in the midfield. But coming into the second half, you know, I kind of felt a little bit more confident in my gameplay. It felt like they were kind of pushing a little bit higher and allowing me to kind of run at their defense a little bit more. Definitely giving me much more opportunities to get into the box. And right here, I was really patient with the ball and saw that Vardy was just standing right there in the middle of the box, back turned to the defender, and I knew he could kind of work his way around and try to get a shot off. Beautiful shot from him. He actually ends up megging the defender to get the shot into the goal. So really threw the keeper off guard, and just a beautifully worked goal all the way around. Really good to see him on the scoring sheet again. He has been a little bit out of form and obviously out of the first team because I have been playing Ryan Gauld, who's been stepping up his performances lately. I do still prefer Vardy over Ryan Gauld, but I am trying to give him an equal opportunity to kind of prove himself. But at the end of the day, I think Vardy is really proving himself much more. Here in the 67th minute, kind of disappointed to not take a 2-0 lead right there. I did kind of rush that shot a little bit, trying to get the finesse off, thinking I had a little bit more room than I actually did. My crossing still a little iffy. I still do want to kind of push for a little bit better heading in the future, but I think I am going to wait to do that training until maybe the off season or maybe these last couple weeks. Also really disappointed not to actually pull that ball off the keeper. He played around with it a little too much and I thought I had it, but whenever it comes to that, my depth perception and trying to get that ball away from the keeper, I always end up missing it by like a couple inches one way or the other. So they were able to get it away, and this game is going to come to a close at a 1-0 victory for us, which puts us in a good position for the league, but not a great position for the league. Like I said, Real Madrid have been playing better this second half of the season, and it's kind of putting me in a spot where I'm going to have to need a lot of teams to drop points for me to get into that top 6. I believe Real Madrid right now is in 6th place, and they are 6 points ahead of me. We're going to see right here in a second. I do go put up the leaderboard for you guys to show where the table is looking right now. Real Madrid, 56 points. We are sitting at 52, so we need 4 points to kind of get into that 5th or 6th place and them to obviously drop points here in the next few weeks. We are coming to a close in the season, so I do definitely want to try to push as much as I can for that top 4 spot. But to get that Sevilla spot is going to be really difficult, but I think we can do it. Hopefully, just need a couple things to go our way. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.